Big news! Greta Van Susteren is back, and she's on Newsmax. Tune into Newsmax at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight to watch The Record with Greta Van Susteren and get the real news. Plus, check out the new lineup of Rob Schmidt, Eric Bowling, and more. Newsmax is on all major cable and streaming platforms. If your cable system doesn't carry Newsmax, call them and demand it. And download the free Newsmax app on your phone. Make the switch to Newsmax today.
Struggling with CPAP? Now there's Inspire, the only FDA-approved obstructive sleep apnea treatment that works inside the body to treat the root cause of sleep apnea with just the click of a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Visit InspireSleep.com to learn more.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Line drive and a base hit off the end of the bat of Javi Baez. Big 2-out hit. Scope scores, and the Tigers add on a run here in the 7th inning and take a 3-1 lead.
The Tigers play 6:50 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Hi, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show. And by the way, let me click it on here. We have our video set up to the stream. Let's talk to Scott. Scott's in Saginaw. Scott, good morning.
Hey, good morning, Art. I got a couple quick ones here. I don't know if you happened to catch Chuck Todd over the weekend. He had one of the Democrats from the January 6th committee on there, and he asked her, he said, did you guys actually investigate any of the accusations that Hutchinson made before you let her testify? And this woman said, no, we don't need that evidence because we have her testimony.
Yeah, right. Well, it's a sham. Look, it's a sham. There's no defense. They don't call a single defense person. It's a one-way street. Everybody knew it going in.
And here's the other side of it then, kind of with that same sham. 30 shot in Chicago Saturday night, nobody protesting. Another state, 2 police officers shot. We don't know if it was ambush. Still no protests. We have a parade, a bunch of people shot. Nobody protesting. And then some criminal shoots at the police, gets himself killed. Now we have protests.
Yeah.
I just don't understand this. Why can we let 30 people in Chicago, innocent people, be shot, but one idiot with a gun shoots at the cops? Now we have a whole city in unrest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I don't know the answer. Don't have an answer for you. Don't have an answer for you.
Well, I kind of do. I mean, as I'm watching the media, this Democrat Party allow our justices and their neighbors to be berated with idiots out in front of their streets. We see now that, again, I said this about a month ago, that the message I'm getting from this administration is if you're a black man and you get pulled over, do whatever the heck you need to do to get away, and we will make sure that the police will be arrested. Now we have 8 police officers. Well, come on. Now we have 8 police officers on administrative leave.
Go there. Yeah, but that's routine. That's routine anytime there's a shooting. That doesn't mean they're guilty of anything. It just is routine. If a police officer around here is involved in a shooting, he's going to be on administrative leave until they settle it out. That's routine. It has nothing to do with politics.
Well, it kind of does.
It kind of doesn't.
Every time. Well, again, why isn't nothing being done about the 2 officers being shot, but we have 8 more cops?
That's a whole different story. That's a different story about who's protesting, who's not protesting, and why. But it has nothing to do with formalities in policing. Nothing whatsoever. Administrative leave means nothing. It means we're going to settle it before you come back to work. That's what it means.
Well, I know what you're saying, but it just seems like more and more of the time now we are removing our officers from the street over little teeny things. And again, these people are risking their life to save our life.
Hang on, Scott. I don't care who it is. It's not teeny when somebody gets shot and killed. It may be justified. Don't misunderstand me. It may be justified, but it's not teeny. And there are procedures in place to handle it.
Well, when I say teeny, I mean, like, again, we had 8 officers who
I understand.
saw the same thing, but yet we can't go with the officers.
And who knows? It may be that in the end, they're all restored to duty and everything's fine. But that, don't you want to mix politics in everything, and not everything in life is political.
Yeah, but it sure seems like it is.
Well, it seems that way to you, but it's not.
I mean, again, as I'm looking at that city in Ohio, they couldn't have 4th of July because that guy wouldn't stop his car and he shot at the police. That's the simple thing, is what I'm saying. It was a traffic stop, and now look, here we are in Michigan talking about this idiot.
I understand. Just understand that there are procedures in place, and they are following their procedures. As to protesters and why we don't have protests when 6 people are killed and 30 injured in Highland Park, an upscale community in Chicago, that's a whole legitimate question. It's a whole nother question. But don't confuse the two issues. That's all I'm saying. All right.
Well, but they're my point is we need to quit vilifying our police, because if we keep taking them off the street and taking them off the street, we're not going to have anybody to call to save us anymore.
All right. Good enough. Right. Take care. Bye-bye now. Saginaw Bay City, 752-6111, toll free 866-790 WSGW. And, it's I don't know. I have to tell you, I have the honor of being inducted into the Michigan Association of Broadcasters Hall of Fame in August. And I was writing yesterday afternoon, I was writing some acceptance remarks. And one of the remarks I wrote, and right now it's in the draft, everything's in the draft stage. I haven't really formulated it, finalized it, let's put it that way. But one of the things I wrote was that radio, one of the great legacy medias, is the most stable of all of them audience-wise, and can be used to be divisive or can be used to promote reason and common sense. I choose the latter. That's who I am. And I don't change my stripes simply because I'm sitting here doing a radio show. And I have had this discussion countless times over the years with management here at the station, as we discuss, programming and things of that nature. And I lay it out very clearly. This is who I am. I don't change my stripes. I don't do things just to be shock. It's not who I am. It's not what I do. And it's not what this market needs anyway. So I tend to look at things through neutral glasses, even though I readily admit I certainly lean to the right in my views and my thoughts, but I attempt to be as fair as possible on this program and give everybody a voice, and all sides and all opinions. Now, we may not agree on various subjects, and I may challenge you as to your thoughts, but we try and give you a platform. What else can we do, We're going to take a break and be back. Lines open for you here on WSGW for whatever's on your mind.
Service. It's hard to find these days. Well, the folks at M&R Garage Door have built their business on it. In fact, it's fair to say that service is their specialty. M&R Garage Door has earned the right to say that by taking care of their customers in the Tri-Cities for over 50 years. M&R can professionally repair any brand and size garage door opener or garage door, including all residential and industrial doors. Call M&R at 894-0971 for all of your garage door and opener needs. Remember, M&R Garage Door. Service is their specialty.
At Wildfire Credit Union, loan rates are low and cash is back. Borrow for the things you want. Consolidate high-interest credit cards or refinance a loan and watch your monthly payments go down. We have members who save thousands of dollars. You can save too and get cash back.
It's coming back round again. Cash is back. Tell a friend.
It's easy to open a new loan or move an existing one to Wildfire. Just call, click, or come by any Wildfire branch in Saginaw, Midland, or Bay City and ask for cash back now through the end of August. We've got great rates and personalized solutions for your borrowing needs. Enjoy the things you want. Save money with lower monthly payments. Plus, get cash back.
It's coming back round again. Cash is back. Tell a friend. It's coming back.
Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better.
Cash is back. Tell a friend.
New loans only, subject to credit approval, equal housing lender.
It is the fundamental right of parents to direct the education of their children, unquote. That's the state law. And Representative Annette Glenn sponsored a bill to require posting that right in school offices and board meetings, fighting for parents. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too. If you feel symptoms, even if they're mild, you should test fast. Test positive and at high risk for severe COVID-19? Then act fast with authorized oral treatments that can be taken at home and must be taken within 5 days from when symptoms begin. COVID-19 moves fast, and now you can too by asking your healthcare provider if an oral treatment is right for you. Learn about a treatment option at treatcv19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
The IRS doesn't mess around. If they want your money, they'll take it. They can take your paycheck and bank accounts too, even threaten your home or business. Don't take on the IRS alone. If you owe back taxes, the smartest thing you can do is call Optima Tax Relief. The experts at Optima specialize in a powerful IRS tax assistance program called the Fresh Start Initiative. And their clients that qualify are saving thousands. One call starts the process to stop the demand letters, stop aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS from targeting you. But don't delay. It's important to act now while you still have options. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Optima has already resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get your life back. For tax help you need, for tax help you can trust, call Optima now for your free consultation.
Call 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188. 800-364-9188.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Listen to this station anytime, anywhere on Odyssey. Odyssey is your new audio home for all the music, news, sports, and podcasts that matter to you. Odyssey. That's AUDACY.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robin show,
what's the craziest thing someone said over the weekend? 3-day weekend edition.
We're never going to have enough time. Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW. From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center Studios. You are listening to 100.5 and 790 WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW, the Art Lewis Show, and let's go out to Sheridan and talk to Carol this morning. Hi, Carol.
Well, I think I know somebody that really needs a big, long vacation.
Who's that?
You know who? That's a long ways away within radio reach. We've had it. You know what's really important is Zoom's trying to get rid of Alavia. What do you think? Can we get a new general manager and somebody?
The Tigers, you mean?
Yes.
So
can we get rid of him?
Well, I don't know. You know, it's interesting. I think my first choice would be get rid of the hitting coach, but that's I don't just
well, him too.
Because everybody else seems to be doing all right. The pitching coach is doing fine. Fielding is not bad.
Come on, the fielding's awful.
No, it's not awful. It's
not good.
All right. But I think the hitting coach first. Actually, when you look at it, theoretically, when you
years.
Yeah, but when you look at this team and its makeup and its potential, Al Avila didn't do a bad job. I mean, he's got some darn good players, but for one reason or another, injuries and what have you, they're just not gelling like they should right now.
How about the trainer, too? Don't you think these guys, they make them so muscle-bound that if they stub their toe, they're out.
Yeah, that's happening everywhere, and you're right about that. And that's happening all over sports, more and more injuries, and you have to wonder about conditioning and things of that nature. You're right. But
thank you for once. I needed.
Let me just a moment, Carol. Let me write it. Let me write it down.
Gonna change it. No, you're going to change it.
Let me write it down. Carol is right.
I'm always right.
Yeah, no, there you go. So there, but in terms of the staff of that team, I mean, if I thought getting rid of the general manager would really change things, I'd say, okay, go for it. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure it would. And it was an interesting story today it was in the Free Press, I think, that Chris Ilitch said he's actually pleased with the progress of the team. Well, at 31-47, I wouldn't be so pleased. But they've had their struggles with injuries, and there are certainly enough excuses to go around. But
no such thing as an excuse.
There you go. You're right. Look at that. You're right. Here. Carol, you're right again.
There's no such thing as an excuse. It's sad. It's sad. And Price, if he says buggy whip one more time, I'm going to throw my radio. We live in Mennonite country, and most of them don't have buggy whips, and I don't know what that means.
Yeah, well, Mennonites don't drive buggies. They drive cars, but
they do not.
Oh,
they don't drive
Mennonite
cars.
Do. Sure, Mennonite don't have the same rules as Amish.
Honey, we live in the old order Mennonite, and they do not drive cars. There's like 70 families around here. Now, don't
sure that's not Amish? Because the old order is Amish.
Listen, you are wrong.
I'm married to a Pennsylvania Dutch girl.
I don't care. There's old order Mennonites, and they do not drive cars. There's Mennonites that drive cars. There's old order Mennonites, and then there's Amish. The Amish are up mostly by Lakeview. We live by Vickerville. There's about 70 families around here. They do not drive cars.
Okay.
Okay, you're wrong again. Write that down. You want me to hang up, don't you? See, you're going to cut me off. You cut women off more than you do guys.
Oh, I do not.
Okay, I'm going to keep you timing.
Yeah, you time them.
Okay, I'll time you. Well, you've given me more time than I figured you would.
Well, there. Okay, you're done. All right, Carol. Listen, dear, I appreciate.
We'll see.
I appreciate the call.
They did win two in a row.
They did. They took the doubleheader. Yeah.
Yeah, and they have had a lot of them hurt. I mean, when you got 20 of your main guys hurt, but you just wonder about the training. If they just don't bulk them guys up so much that they're just, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, but everybody's doing it. It's not just them. So.
Well, then quit doing it.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
There's no such thing as an excuse.
Okay, Carol. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye now. Lines open for you here on WSGW. It's coming up on, it is 9:46.
Why can't Michigan students be the best educated in the world? Why can't the state that put the world on wheels have the best roads? Why can't Michigan be the manufacturing capital of the United States? I believe we can. My name is Tim Kelly, and as state representative, I cut through Lansing regulations every day. Now I'm running for state senate, and I'm primed to get our state back on track. Michigan has been held back by Lansing's red tape for far too long. Let's give Michigan a chance again. Paid for by Tim Kelly for state senate.
As golfers, we want more distance, more accuracy, more birdies, pars, and one putts. What if I told you that you can get all of that and more for less during your next golf getaway? Now with 90 holes of golf at one resort, Shanty Creek Resort is bigger and better. Discover a new golf mecca in Bel Air with all the more you need. Variety, quality, and quantity with customizable stay and play packages accommodating every group and budget. When you're ready for more, we'll be here to welcome you at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
What's for dinner? Burgers?
After last week, no thanks.
Avoiding foods due to fear of diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools? It may not be just stomach issues. It could be EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency. EPI can cause uncomfortable symptoms because it's a condition where the pancreas doesn't release enough digestive enzymes to break down food. But EPI can be managed. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor about your symptoms. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
asthma,
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52,
36,
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I'm going to ask my doctor
about getting vaccinated.
with Prevnar 20.
Here at the Almond Joy Factory, where tropical vibes abound, we use soft, fresh-tasting coconut.
The crunchiest almonds and delicious chocolate candy.
Ah, but do you know what our most important ingredient is? Sometimes you feel like a nut.
Sometimes you don't.
Almond Joy's got nuts and something even way better than that. Yes, Almond Joy is made with almonds and joy.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
WSW online poll, America's governmental powers. So this year, as we're celebrating the 246th birthday of these United States, 235th birthday of the Constitution, by the way. Our government structure of 3 branches, using the system of checks and balances to ensure no entity has total power. It continues to be tested, but it endures. But is one branch more powerful than another, do you think? Some say the executive branch, with the executive orders, the pardons, the vetoes. The legislative branch, the ability to write laws, approve appointments, impeach. The judicial branch, if for no other reason, the lifetime appointments. So our poll question for you is, what branch of government do you believe is the most powerful? Do you think it's the executive, the legislative, the judicial? Do you believe all are equal? Or you're just not sure? You head to WSW.com, you scroll on the homepage, you can make your votes that way, and we appreciate you voting. You have the power to vote.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 till 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Delighted to be with you on this Tuesday morning, day after July 4th. And they made it through the fireworks and everything. That's a good thing. Lots of great fireworks shows around here, to say the least. And my dog slept through it all. That was the best part of it. The best part of it was Monkey slept through it all. Couldn't have asked for more. Had a good night's sleep. Number of things going on that we should chat about, maybe. It's often said that the Supreme Court, in striking down Roe, opened the Pandora's box, if you will, for striking down same-sex marriages and gay rights and things of that nature. And I kind of went, nah, I don't think so. But there's at least one person who thinks so. The architect of the Texas abortion law and now sets sights on gay marriage and more, Jonathan Mitchell. And I think, and this is just my reaction to it, if it ever made it to the Supreme Court, the gay marriage issue, for example, I don't believe the court would reverse that, even though it's a conservative-bound court. I do not believe they would reverse it simply because states still have some say in how it's done and all of that. I suspect that they would leave it stand. That's just a gut instinct. And, you know, that horse has been out of the barn a long time, and they're not going to put the horse back in the barn. Not going to happen. I don't believe so. I think they took care of Roe the way they felt they needed to, but I don't believe these other issues are going to rise to that level. So I just, that's just my view of it. But I know it's been discussed. It's been talked about. There are many who fear that this court with its conservative bent is going to dump all of these things that have come about in the last, number of years. I am not in that camp. I don't believe so. I just don't believe so. Could be wrong. Just don't believe so. A topic of another note, a lighter note. Fast food. The fast food industry, for the 8th year in a row, the restaurant we don't have around here is first, Chick-fil-A. And the survey found that American satisfaction with the fast food industry has decreased a little bit, but Chick-fil-A remains on the top of the list with a score of 83, the highest score in this restaurant survey history. Now, again, we don't have one. And if I read it right, and let me make sure I have this right. I kind of thought that McDonald's was at the bottom of the list, if I'm not mistaken, yet they are far and away the biggest. I mean, you know, they could be at the bottom of the list, but do they care? I mean, they're selling stuff like it's going out of style. Always have. Let's see, who are some of the others here? Going from biggest decrease was Dunkin'. We don't have one of those around here either. At 71 points, Popeyes, 72, Jack in the Box and Taco Bell. Dairy Queen and Dunkin' and Sonic scored 74. Wendy's scored a 73. And Burger King, Little Caesars, Panda Express, and Subway all scored 75. Domino's and KFC scored 78. Chipotle, Panera, Pizza Hut, Starbucks scored 77. And again, the winner with 83, Chick-fil-A. But won't do us any good. Don't have one. Be back to close out this hour after these notes.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Do you know what people see when they Google you? Search engines don't always get it right. And when they're wrong, it's your reputation on the line. So what do you do when you don't agree with your search results? Call Reputation Defender at 800-401-6681. Reputation Defender is one of the most trusted names in online reputation repair. We have over a decade of experience in fixing people's search results, and we can help you too. Using cutting-edge approaches, Reputation Defender pushes unflattering information down to lower pages of your search results, where few people ever look. We also promote the good stuff so that it rises to the top, letting you put your best foot forward. Your good name is too valuable to leave to the whims of a Google algorithm. You owe it to yourself to take control with Reputation Defender. Visit www.reputationdefender.com or call 800-401-6681 for free advice on your situation. That's 800-401-6681.
Hey, Jim! Thanks for coming.
Are you kidding? I never miss one of your dinner parties. How's the new job?
Somehow we're doing great. And I stopped working weekends. Thanks to how smooth everything runs on NetSuite by Oracle.
Fantastic. We're still using QuickBooks.
Why haven't you upgraded to NetSuite?
We're making QuickBooks work, sort of.
Shh, watch your language. The kids are right there. Sorry, Amy. NetSuite gives you visibility and control of your financials, inventory, HR, planning, budgeting, and more. NetSuite is everything you need to grow, all in one place. And 93% of surveyed businesses increase their visibility and control since upgrading from QuickBooks to NetSuite.
Yeah, sounds like it's time for me to switch to NetSuite. Over 31,000 businesses already use NetSuite. And for a limited time, NetSuite has extended their one-of-a-kind financing program offer to those ready to upgrade at netsuite.com/radar. Head to netsuite.com/radar for this extended special financing offer on the #1 financial system for growing businesses. netsuite.com/radar.
Hello, Michigan. I'm John Gonzalez.
And I'm Amy Sherman. We've got big news.
We're back! And you can join us Sundays at 1 p.m. as we once again go behind the mitten.
We'll take you to every corner of the state, sharing the stories that make Michigan great.
Find a hidden gem or a new favorite spot that might be located right in your hometown.
We'll go above the bridge and taste our way across the state.
Join us Sundays at 1 p.m. right here on 100.5 and 790 News Radio, WSGW.
All right, that'll do it for this first hour of the Art Lewis Show. Coming up next hour, we'll start out talking to Andrew Concannon, candidate for judge, and then we will move on to open phones for the remainder of the hour. But before that, we have CBS News coming along with the national and the international report. In the WSGW newsroom is Michael Percha this morning, and he'll bring you up to date on the region and the state of Michigan. And then we will be back right after the news with lots more on the Art Lewis Show.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Wendy Gillette in New York. Police have a person of interest in custody after a mass shooting at a 4th of July parade in Highland Park, Illinois. 6 people were killed and dozens hurt. Mayor Nancy Rotering spoke to CBS Mornings.
We need to have a very real national conversation about why we're okay with allowing weapons of war on our streets and why we're okay with weekly having mass shootings.
CBS News correspondent Chris Van Cleve interviewed a witness to the shooting.
Miles Zaremski was just arriving at the parade when the shooter opened fire.
And then it was a stampede of people
Running
away. It was frightening to see. And it's like being in a war zone. And then I started seeing blood on the ground.
Charges are pending. Police say they recovered a high-powered rifle at the scene. 2 Philadelphia police officers are okay after they were shot at the city's fireworks celebration. Police Commissioner Danielle Outlaw.
There are no arrests at this time. We don't have any suspects in custody. We're following up on several leads.
A basketball star who's jailed in Russia makes a plea to President Biden.
WNBA star Brittany Griner has sent President Joe Biden a handwritten note asking him not to forget her while she's being held by Russian authorities. She wrote, she's terrified she may never be released.
It breaks my heart when I hear her say that because BG is probably the strongest person that I know, so she doesn't say words like that lightly.
Her wife, Sherelle Griner, spoke with CBS Mornings. Russian officials claim Griner had cannabis oil in her luggage. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
Hundreds of homes are flooded in Sydney, Australia after days of rain. 100 people were rescued overnight from their cars or houses. 50,000 are under evacuation orders. Scott Mayman reports from Brisbane, Australia.
There's no let up for Sydney locals after days of heavy rain.
Water everywhere, stuff everywhere.
Authorities at a loss.
The waters rose very rapidly.
More than 60,000 people evacuated from Sydney and surrounding areas in what's been described as the worst flooding event for the city in years.
This is the fourth flood emergency in Sydney in 16 months. A federal judge has ruled in favor of 3 U.S. drug distributors in a case accusing them of causing the opioid crisis in a West Virginia county. Attorney Rusty Webb represents the county, which includes the city of Huntington.
Naturally, we're extremely disappointed for the city of Huntington, who's had to undergo so much devastation.
And a federal judge, on Wall Street, the markets opened down big after, this is CBS.
Need to hire quality candidates fast? You need Indeed, the end-to-end hiring solution. Attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
When you leave tobacco behind, you'll have so much more ahead. Like more birthdays, more time with family, more money, and better health every day. The My Tobacco Quit link has helped more than 30,000 Michiganders quit tobacco and move forward with healthier lives. And we can help you too. Start today. Call 1-800-784-8669 or visit michigan.gov/tobacco. Sponsored by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services and the Michigan Association of Broadcasters.
RocketGrabPlus.com. Summer is officially here. The perfect time to save some money. And why pay full price when you know you can save money at RocketGrabPlus.com? Check out all of our deals going on right now, from Applied Training Solutions, Style Encore, One Up Games and Repairs, Daylight Outfitters, 120 Fitness, and more. Half off? Yeah, it's true. And it's all at RocketGrabPlus.com. RocketGrabPlus.com.
They're pounding on the door. They're calling on the phone. It's the collectors. It's those credit cards you ran up trying to start your business. Now you found out that a DBA hurts the family and brings the pain home.
Do you remember hearing these commercials on radio? For over 40 years, Ray Reynolds has helped customers get millions in credit. It's no wonder they call him the godfather of credit. Ray Reynolds will get your score above 750. Do you need $50,000 of corporate credit? By using corporate credit, you can finance a business, buy real estate, and stock under a corporation. Take advantage of numerous tax write-offs only available to a corporation. Now you can call Ray's webinar at 800-662-3969 and get your credit score up to 750 and receive a $1,000 cash credit card within days. Call 800-662-3969 to find out more about his secrets to success in helping fix and improve your credit. Remember, a new corporation set up right now will have the 2 years you need for a line of credit up to $150,000. In 2022, it's time to get your life back. Call 800-662-3969. That's 800-662-3969.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 74 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Percha. Flint Daycare was destroyed last Thursday due to a fire. Officials say Gloria's Little Angels Child Care Center at 2440 Lippincott Boulevard went up in flames around 5 a.m. No injuries were reported. The business cared for about 50 kids on a daily basis. The cause of the fire is under investigation by a state fire marshal. Michigan State Police say a motorcycle driver was speeding more than 100 miles per hour on I-75 before crashing yesterday morning in northern Bay County. Around 10:30 a.m., Bay County Central Dispatch learned about a motorcyclist driving recklessly on I-75. Troopers said witnesses reported the motorcycle was passing vehicles on the shoulder. They tried to stop the rider, but were not able to catch up. The motorcyclist was going too fast and could not navigate the off-ramp at Linwood Road. After the motorcyclist crashed, he was airlifted to a local hospital where he was listed in critical condition. The deputy is on administrative leave for allegedly returning fire when a suspect shot at him and other officers multiple times during a 7 hours long barricaded standoff in downtown Mount Clemens. The Macomb County Sheriff said they received a call from a woman around noon on 4th of July who said she tried to talk to her 64-year-old neighbor about his barking dog when he pulled a gun on her. Witnesses told deputies he had entered a condo in the area of Clinton near Market Street in Gratiot. About an hour later, the suspect came outside and shot in an unoccupied squad car multiple times. Here's Macomb County Sheriff Anthony Wickersham.
There's always that unknown risk when you're going to a call of what's going to happen. You know, a simple barking dog complaint or neighbor complaint could turn into a shots fired type call, which happened in this situation. So, even as we're trying to resolve this the situation and get this individual out. Everybody's on a heightened alert because he didn't have a problem shooting at the police 2 times, so he could do it again.
WSGW News Time, 10:07.
Freedom, fireworks, and 0% financing. The Maytag store invites you to celebrate this 4th of July with great deals on American-made appliances. Would you like to bake an apple pie? Well, they have gas and electric ranges in stock. Or if you'd like to cool off with an ice cold beverage, they have a wide variety of refrigerators in stock now. Need to wash those red, white, and blues? Well, they've got Maytag lawn repairs starting at $11.99. They even have Amana, Whirlpool, Maytag, and KitchenAid appliances ready for you. And don't forget, the Maytag store is here for you after the sale with their own in-house delivery and installation team. The Maytag store has 3 great locations to serve you. 3800 Tittabawassee Road in Saginaw, 477 North Main Street in Frankenmuth, and the Maytag outlet store at 7400 Gratiot Road in Shields. Plus, you can shop online anytime at the MaytagStoreUSA.com. Experience the Maytag store difference today.
The Maytag store.
WSGW News Time, 10:08. The weather forecast is coming up. Public awareness about the impacts of harmful non-native aquatic plants and animals is critical to protecting Michigan's ecosystem, tourism, and economy. That's according to the Michigan DNR, which has more than 70 boat landing events planned across the state to mark this year's Aquatic Invasive Species Awareness Week. The events are part of the 9th annual Landing Blitz, which representatives of state departments and local partners, such as lake associations and cooperative invasive species management areas, give boaters tips to prevent the spread of invasive species and comply with recently updated laws. The summer temperatures have been heating up, which means it's important to make sure you are cooling down. Otherwise, you could risk becoming dehydrated or, even more dangerous, having a heat stroke. Here's Dr. Baruch, a fertile emergency medicine physician for Cleveland Clinic.
Heat stroke can be life-threatening. The core body temperature rises. People are not sweating anymore. They can have loss of consciousness at the extreme and have serious derangements, both from a metabolic point of view and the body's functioning.
Dr. Fertel says to help stay cool, make sure you're taking frequent breaks from the sun by going indoors or to a shaded area, and of course, drinking plenty of water throughout the day. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 1010. I'm Mike Percha.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Skies become mostly sunny here for today with a high into the mid-80s. Winds out of the southwest around 5 to 15 miles per hour, gusting as high as 20. And for tonight, increasing cloud cover, although near 64. Wednesday, skies become mostly sunny, high of 77 degrees. Then by Thursday, a chance for some showers here. Partial sunshine develops, a high around 81. Friday, mostly sunny skies, high of 79 degrees. Then by Saturday, we'll have sunshine and a high around 78. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Currently, it's 73.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
And welcome back. Welcome back to hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on a Tuesday morning. Nice to have you with us. Open phones later on, but we're going to begin the hour talking to a candidate for circuit judge in Saginaw. And he is Andrew Concannon. Andrew, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. See if you get a little closer to your microphone. You're very hollow right now. There
I can do that.
All right, that's better. Okay, so let's talk, I guess, about, first of all, your background. Tell us about Andrew.
I have been practicing law for 28 years. I've practiced 25 of those in Saginaw. Uniformly throughout that time, I have been a litigation attorney. I handle all manner of trial court and litigation work, and that also includes appeals after the litigations. But what I have mainly done is circuit court litigation. I've represented farmers, I've represented municipalities, I've represented people suing municipalities, personal injury, commercial litigation. I've done a fair amount of that. I've had some fairly unique federal and state matters involving municipal governance, zoning and regulation, the very kinds of things that circuit court judges see day in and day out. So that has been my practice for 25 years here at Smith Vogel, and going strong.
Of course, this particular seat you're running for is a family court seat. Have you had practice in family court?
I have, but two answers to that are, number one is yes, I have family law matters on my docket as we're talking. And I did family law more extensively when I first hit town for the first 4 or 5 years. I've always maintained a practice doing family law appeals. But of note is the fact that this is currently slated under administrative order as a family court assignment for a period of time. And I say period of time because it's still fundamentally a circuit court seat. It's the same circuit court seat that the other 4 circuit judges have, which is why my varied and fairly lengthy circuit court experience, I think, is what qualifies me most, I would say, for the position. It is family law at the moment. Judge Borchard has handled family law for about the last 5 or 6 years, almost, I think, exclusively for the last 5 or 6 years via an administrative order. That order will be in place another year or two, and then it will be a circuit court position like any other. So that's why I say it's family law for now, but it's going to be circuit court in due course.
If they don't extend.
Yeah, but it's funny because these administrative orders have kind of come and gone. I've been in town 25 years. The district court has, and so does the circuit court, they have various differing assignments. In other words, you're a circuit court judge, but you could also be a veterans court judge or a sobriety court judge, the same way as a district court judge is. So a lot of these administrative assignments cross jurisdiction between both circuit and district. So it's certainly possible that this circuit judgeship would be slated for some other different assignment moving forward. It will have some other veterans court or sobriety court, or potentially a family law moving forward as well, but that's by no means likely. These things come and these things go.
So why now in your career?
It's interesting. Somebody asked me that not very long ago, and I have done this now for 28 years, and I've enjoyed every bit of it. One of the things that I've had the opportunity to do is to litigate and handle thousands now of cases. I've represented thousands of individuals and businesses, and I've had the opportunity to try to help create justice one person at a time, one client at a time. At this stage in my life, I'm looking for something where I can maybe do that on a greater scale and serve the public in doing that, where I can have a broader impact and hopefully have a positive impact on a greater number of people in my community, not just the clients of my firm.
How do you assess the Saginaw County court system right now? Is it in good shape?
It's in okay shape. I think at the moment we're understaffed. One of the things I think was productive about COVID, I think Judge Jackson has done an admirable yeoman's job of handling the administrative tasks brought on board by COVID. He was one of the first, I believe, statewide to try to find a safe venue to do trials and meaningful hearings in a lot of criminal cases, especially. Saginaw, for its population, has a fairly high serious crime rate, as you probably know, sadly, but that's the case. And so those cases really do need to be disposed of. And we were able to utilize space over in the Civic Center, but that also consumed budget that we really weren't expecting to have to spend there. So budget-wise, I think they're okay. Staff-wise, I think they're a little low. I talk to judges all the time that are really trying to staff up their offices, and hopefully that will improve over time. I don't think staffing shortages are really surprise you, because all manner of business that people that I talk to, everybody's having staffing shortages. But the other issue about the court, though, Art, is right now a lot of Michigan courts are going to electronic filing. You have essentially a central depository where the litigants and the attorneys can file, and then all the parties get served. It's a lot more efficient way to do things. It's frankly a lot cheaper, because when I was a young lawyer, I can remember having to drive to the courthouse, 4 o'clock on a day to get something filed, and that takes time, that takes money. Now, Saginaw is started with electronic filing via email, which is a great step forward, and I'm optimistic that in the coming years, the circuit court's got to be moving forward to more comprehensive e-filing.
Are you convinced that it's safe?
Yeah, I've been doing e-filing in the federal system for 15 to 20 years now, and it is safe. But the occasional hiccup that you get is invariably you'll have a social security number that gets disclosed. You have to find a way to scrub that. That is a risk there. I have seen it happen maybe in the time that I've been doing this 2 or 3 times. It is serious. That's the only real risk that I see. Although I would also say the good news about having a public filing is the bad news about having a public filing, right? Like you're talking about the family law area in particular, or in other cases where I'm involved in business disputes or the like. You have information that's confidential, right? So you have information that you don't necessarily want the public seeing, even though it's got to be produced in the litigation. And so there are safeguards in place, but you do raise a good issue that you have to be sensitive to what gets filed and who gets to see what gets filed. The courts have been pretty good about having segregated like folders where only counsel can see certain things, or only court personnel can see certain things. So I'm content that it's safe, but you certainly have to safeguard and pay attention to make sure that you keep it safe.
Let me ask about mandatory retirement of judges. It seems that we in this country tend to throw out a lot of experience. Do you have a feeling on mandatory retirement?
Yeah, I find it kind of ironic that something that might strike somebody as unconstitutional, by definition in Michigan, is constitutional. If the Constitution of 1963 put in it that there was a prohibition against entering into office after your 70th birthday, I think it's wrong. I think I thought it was wrong when I first came to hear about it, because there are a lot of good judges that would stay on the bench were they allowed to stay on the bench, and would run for re-election if they were allowed to run for re-election. So I'm not a fan of it, but I think you can also see how difficult it is to change the Constitution. It would be a tough ask. I think it's an unfortunate circumstance that we have here in Michigan, and I think, frankly, Art, it's unusual, if not unique, to Michigan. I don't think very many states have this. In the federal system, they simply have what's called senior status, which once you hit age 80, I believe you can slow down. You can only handle certain kind of matters, but still be a judge. Michigan has not done that.
Of course, those are lifetime appointments.
Yep.
Difference. I always chuckle, though, because when you can't run again at 70, once you're off the bench, all of a sudden you're needed to fill in on benches elsewhere. You needed to mediate here.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
You just can't run for it.
Yeah, Fred Borchard has not been able to run for, I think, 6 or 7 years now. And I see Fred all the time. He's mediating cases. He's acting as an arbitrator. So, and he's filling in Glenwood, I think, as you and I are talking today. So it is kind of a strange irony, isn't it? That people that supposedly can't really be judges anymore still find themselves as judges.
The other side of it, though, is, it's become politicized. It's quote, nonpartisan.
Right.
Everybody knows that's, just a nice word. Doesn't mean anything. How do you take politics out of it? Or do you?
Well, you certainly try to. And one of the things, Art, is that the canons of judicial ethics, even though none of the candidates in the race are elected judges, we are still bound by the ethical constraints about stating positions, where you stand politically, where you might stand on a given legal issue. And certainly from time to time, you have a voter out there that you're speaking to that wants to know where you stand on a given issue. And it's hard. It's hard. And now, to a large degree, too, the circle of people that we know, or people that might know who we are, probably have a sense to some degree of where we are on the spectrum, what we think, and how we might be as an elected official. But that's about as close to the mark as you can really get.
And is it a good system?
I don't really think it's a great system. It was funny, when I was in college, I had a major in history, but I had a minor in political science, and I studied at great length judicial politics. If I didn't go to law school, I was likely going to go to PhD school to be a political scientist. There's a plan called the Missouri Plan, where basically you have a judicial nominating commission, and I was a fan of that. I think about 35 states do that.
I was going to bring it up.
Yep. No, I'm ahead on that.
Mainly because My father was a criminal tax lawyer. He was a special agent in Treasury, federal, and he favored the Missouri plan. Always did. Didn't like the idea that judges ran for election with nobody knowing anything about them.
And that's problematic. At least in the case of the Missouri plan, your dad was spot on. The fact of the matter is, they would have a period of time, and then they would go to what was called a retention election. But it was basically just a referendum on them. And I think the analysis that you'd be able to get on whether or not you want someone to stay or someone to go is a lot better than whether or not you saw my name on more signs than someone else's, right? I mean, I would agree with you. It's a far superior position. And number two, the frontline appointment would be vetted much the way federal court judges are vetted here. It doesn't mean politics are taken out, of course. It's still a governor appointing, but I think it's still a far more superior system than what we have.
All right. So in conclusion, why should someone vote for you?
Well, I think, everybody brings experience to the job, right? I have 28 years of it. I think the experience that I bring to it is a little bit different. What a circuit judge deals with in terms of civil cases, criminal cases, injunctive cases, cases involving declaratory relief, or whether or not a statute is constitutional or like, I've handled multiple of all of those cases over 28 years. And the difference between having just some experience and having a broad depth of experience is, it's presumed any candidate for judge or any judge is going to know the law. Where experience comes in is knowing how to apply it to a given set of facts that might be different from 5 other cases that you had where the same law was there, but it was applied in a different way. The essence of fairness is the ability to judge what's fair, which is based upon the experience that you've had. And so when I have an employee coming into my court that has a covenant not to compete because they left their one job and then went to another job and they're competing, and their old employer trying to keep them from competing, like I said, I've had a dozen and a half of those cases. I know what's fair, and I can try to be fair to both sides, because although we all know what the law and covenants not to compete might be, how it breaks down to a decision of what's fair and upholds the law is something experience provides, and I think I have.
All right. Well, listen, Andrew, thanks for spending a little time with us this morning. We
Thanks so much for having me on.
Have a great day.
You do the same. Thank you.
Take care. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Andrew Concannon, a candidate for circuit judge in Saginaw. And we will be back. Open phones for the remainder of the hour, whatever you'd like to chat about. 989-752-6111.
Oh, hey, guys.
Dive into fun with the Great Lakes Loons July 23rd for your chance to meet one of the Marvel Universe's most powerful superheroes.
Listen, Furface, I'm covering a lot of territory.
Captain Marvel will be available for autographs and selfies during the game.
Arm wrestle for the Tesseract.
I like this one.
Following the game, we'll light up the Dow Diamond universe with a fireworks Loontacular powered by Farm Bureau Insurance.
I didn't want to steal your thunder.
Tickets are selling fast. Get yours now at loons.com.
Want to fight?
Captain Marvel, July 23rd at Dow Diamond. Dive in! It's Loons baseball time!
My heart was racing just making spaghetti. I could have waited to tell my doctor, but I didn't wait.
I was short of breath just reading a book. I could have delayed telling my doctor, but I didn't wait.
They told their doctors and found out they have atrial fibrillation, a condition which makes it about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. If you have one or more of these symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness, this is no time to wait. Contact your doctor.
Brought to you by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
I always wanted to learn Spanish, but I never thought I'd have the time. Then I discovered Babbel.
Babbel's lessons are fun. They only take like 10 or 15 minutes, and in 3 weeks, presto, you're speaking another language. Like magic.
I love that Babbel's lessons aren't just robots talking. They're voiced by native speakers, so you get the pronunciation just right. And they're designed by real language teachers, so you learn how to have real-world conversations, things you'll actually use.
3 weeks. It's incredible. After 3 weeks, I'm on vacation in Paris, having a conversation in French.
There's all kinds of ways to learn. Use Babbel's podcasts or games or videos. You can even join live classes with a language teacher.
If you want to learn a language, there's no faster, easier, better way than
Babbel.
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 Babbel. Évidemment.
Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
Stocks opened sharply lower after a long holiday weekend, with investors dealing with renewed concerns about inflation and the possibility of a recession. Tomorrow, the Federal Reserve releases the minutes for its June meeting. HP shares are under pressure. Analysts at Evercore see demand for PCs softening because they see slowdowns in Europe and China cutting into business. American travelers are heading back to Europe, and they're likely to face even more delays now that Scandinavian airline SAS is dealing with a pilot strike and it filed for bankruptcy protection in the U.S. SAS says it's continuing to operate, but the staff walkout would result in it canceling around 50% of its flights daily. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Do you find yourself stuck in a timeshare? Get the real facts about the timeshare industry and your options for cancellation. Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group, beat the largest timeshare company in federal court and has put together a free information guide that reveals the secrets the timeshare industry doesn't want you to know, including the 5 ways to get rid of your timeshare. Call now and get this timeshare cancellation guide absolutely free.
Call 800-328-9696. That's 800-328-9696.
When Gretchen Whitmer used tax dollars for hush money to cover up nursing home deaths and $11 billion unemployment fraud, Annette Glenn pushed a bill banning tax finance gag orders on state employees. Paid for by Annette Glenn for State Senate.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. Just go to this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Line drive and a base hit off the end of the bat of Javi Baez. Big 2-out hit. Scope scores, and the Tigers add on a run here in the 7th inning and take a 3-1 lead.
The Tigers play 6:50 tonight on 790 News Radio WSGW.
Hi, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. Open phones for the remainder of the hour. Give us a call if something's on your mind. Something on my mind this morning. What's wrong with education in this country today? Here is a survey that backs up what we've said for a long time, that students just aren't learning history and civics and all of those things the way they used to. This was a survey conducted recently asking about independence in the United States, what it means, and who we became independent from. This ought to be a real awakening. First of all, 1 in 3 Americans have no idea how to spell independence. INDEPENDENCE. Some use an A, some put an S in it, but 1 in 3 don't have any idea. Here, though, is a more troubling statistic. This survey revealed that 2 in 3 young adults, Gen Zers, don't know who America declared its independence from in 1776. Think about that. 2 out of 3 Gen Zers don't know that we declared independence from England. Go figure. How can that not be taught? How can they not learn that? Were they not paying attention? I don't understand it. We broke away from British rule. Doesn't everybody know that? Apparently not. As a matter of fact, 1 in 3 of Gen Zers, you'll love this one, think Independence Day, July 4th, celebrates America's independence from Native Americans. That's what the survey found. What are they teaching? Or aren't they teaching? It just is embarrassing. I cannot imagine that this whole group of youngsters, 2 out of 3 of them don't know what the Revolutionary War was all about, what the Declaration of Independence was, and what it did for us. I mean, it's stunning. It's shocking. And I think somebody needs to take a hard look at it. What are we teaching in schools if we're not teaching this? It just blew my mind when I read this survey. It absolutely just, I sat up and I said, nah, come on, it can't be. And I read on. Sure enough, there it was. And just sat there shaking my head. You would think, well, maybe you, I don't know. Here is a different age we live in, that's for sure. No doubt about it. When I went to school, which was a long time ago, admittedly, history was driven into us. It was required, and you learned about history. And you were also taught you learn from history. If you don't know history, how in the world can you learn from it? It just absolutely blew my mind. Bob is in Reese. Hey, Bob, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art.
Morning.
I'd like to read a list of names, Art.
What are they first?
The 13 service people that died in Afghanistan. A friend of mine helped me make a sign, and we've been in a couple of parades.
Okay.
Honor their.
Yeah.
Anyway, start off with Lance Corporal David L. Espinoza, who's 20 years old. Sergeant Nicole L.G., she was 23. Lance Corporal Kareem M. Nikawi, he was 20. Staff Sergeant Ryan C. Knaus, he was 23. Corporal Humberto A. Sanchez was 22 years old. Corporal Hunter Lopez was 22 years old. Hospital Corpsman Maxton W. Soviak was 22 also. Lance Corporal Dylan R. Marola, just 20 years old. Sergeant Yohani Rosario Pachardo, she was 25. Corporal Dagan W. Page, he was 23. Staff Sergeant Darren T. Hoover was 31. Lance Corporal Riley J. McCullum, just 20 years old. And last, Lance Corporal Jared M. Schmitz, he was 20 years old.
Yep, God bless them for their service.
Yeah.
And we should point out, if I'm, then correct me if I'm wrong here. These are the 13 who died during the withdrawal.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. I just want to make sure I had that right.
Right. And a year ago, they were alive yet.
Yep.
And,
well, as I said, God bless them for their service. And we should never forget them. We should never forget any soldier who passes, who fights for our liberties and freedoms.
These wouldn't have had them then either. This was something that was done on purpose.
No, they weren't. No. They weren't killed on purpose. The government. Listen. Hang on a minute, Bob. The action in Afghanistan. Well, I don't think it was the proper action, and you don't either. But be careful how you say it, because you make it sound like the government purposely killed these 13. That's not what happened. They were caught up in it, and it was a bad action. It was poorly orchestrated, poorly done. But just be careful how you phrase it. That's all I'm suggesting.
Okay. Anyway, it was very inept.
Yes, that's a good way of putting it.
Very inept.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. I totally agree with you there.
You never let the enemy surround you, your troops.
Well, you don't tell the enemy what you're doing either.
That's right.
You know,
when you look at what they've done otherwise, Art, you know, this was all pretty much planned, though. So that's all I got to say today, Art.
All right, Bob. Thanks a lot.
I wanted to bring to memory those folks because their families are still feeling the loss, I'm sure.
Absolutely.
Not forget them.
Nope.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good enough,
Thank
Bob.
you.
Thanks. Bye-bye now.
Okay.
All right. And let me see here. We'll take a break, come back. We'll get to our next caller. That'll be Russ in Bay City.
Hemlock Public School District encourages residents to become informed about the upcoming August election. There are 2 items on the ballot that will impact the school district: a non-homestead operational renewal and Saginaw ISD special education millage. Visit hemlockps.com for more information or give us a call at 989-642-5282. That's 642-5282. Hemlock Public Schools, excellence in education. Enroll today.
The 2022 Cool City Car Show, supporting the local American Cancer Society, is the car show in the Great Lakes Bay region. They've raised over $330,000 for the American Cancer Society since 1995. Cool City Car Show kicks off 2 days of fun for all ages that's free to the public. Friday, July 8th, starting at 5:30 p.m. Cars will be cruising through the streets of Essexville and Bay City, concluding at the Midland Street Business District. Visit your favorite local bar and restaurant to see all the cool cars. On Saturday, July 9th, the cars, trucks, and motorcycles will be displayed on the streets of historic downtown Bay City. Saturday, bring the family for free fun activities, contests, automotive vendors, food vendors, and regular merchants, which all make for a great summer day. With over 400 vehicles and over 5,000 people attending in years past, the Cool City Car Show has become a huge success in the Great Lakes Bay region. Get all the info on times and events online at coolcitycarshow.com.
This is what camping sounds like when you have sleep apnea and struggle with CPAP. And this is what camping sounds like when you have Inspire and don't need a CPAP. If you have sleep apnea and struggle with CPAP, Inspire could work for you. Inspire works inside the body and keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
At the United States Postal Service, we deliver packages fast and affordably so you can give your customers what they want when they need it. We're delivering for one-stop shops, mom and pops, pop-ups, startups, retail, wholesale, large scale, small biz, big box, customers, customizers. So no matter what business you're in, we'll always be delivering for you. USPS, delivering for America. Learn more at usps.com/delivering.
Welcome to the Everyday Hotel. You'll be on the 2nd floor and your other room will be on the 14th.
Wait, we asked for connecting rooms? These are 12 floors apart.
We tried, ma'am, but technically they're only 11 floors apart. We don't have a 13th floor.
We can't be 11 floors away from our kids.
I don't see a problem.
Stuart!
When you want separate rooms, but not that separate, it matters where you stay. Only Hilton offers confirmed connecting rooms at the time of booking. Hilton, for the stay.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show, what's the craziest thing someone said over the weekend? 3-day weekend edition.
We're never going to have enough time. Markley Van Camp and Robbins, weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. The WSGW Broadcasting Studios are sponsored by the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design Center in Midland.
All right, we're back with you here on the Art Lewis Show. Russ is in Bay City. Russ, good morning.
Good morning, Art. You know, I don't know where I'm more shocked. Well, I'm not shocked that the young people didn't know any of this stuff. I've been calling in and saying for years that our public schools have gone to hell in a handbasket. I think what I'm as shocked as you were by these young people's unawareness, I'm shocked by yours. I mean, you're an influential man in the media. You should be aware of what's going on in our public schools, and has been for a long time.
I'm aware of it, but this was exceeding my thought process on how many people wouldn't know that we had that our independence was from Great Britain. I mean, if you would have told me 2 out of 10, 2 out of 20, yeah, maybe I would have said, yeah, but 2 out of 3? 2 out of 3 that's ridiculous.
95% of them can give us the 82 different genders.
Yeah, and certainly tell us all about social media.
Well, no, it tells us about the public schools. They're not doing their job. They aren't at all. We have one of the most expensive public school systems in the developed world. And academically, we rank in the late 30s, early 40s.
Yep.
It's ridiculous. We just need more money. Bull. You've been saying that for 40 years.
Money isn't the answer.
And
and I'll tell you what,
it's
we've been talking about it for decades. This is not new. Let's understand now. We've been talking about it for decades, and it only gets worse.
And it's ridiculous. This is why, over the last 2 years, we've seen the greatest exodus from the public schools than we ever have. People got woke up by this homeschooling and what people were actually being taught. And they were like, no. And they're moving. And it's great to see. I think that is what's going to actually force the public schools to change, is we got to bring competition to them.
Competition does that.
And then they'll have no choice.
Yeah.
If they want the butts in the seats, then they better give them a reason to be there.
All right. Fair enough.
Have a good day.
Hey, you too. Thanks. Bye-bye now. And let's talk to Walt in Hemlock before we take a break here. Walt, good morning.
Morning, sir. Listen, I'm not surprised about what you said about the kids. I had a grandson. They just passed him through high school so they wouldn't have to fool with him. When I was in high school, believe it or not, this happened. We were reciting in my senior year. I was the high school weightlifter. We had to recite the alphabet, and I mixed M and M up. Everybody laughed, but my teacher took me down to the principal's office, and I recited again, and the principal, his face got red. He said, "You're going to learn the alphabet, or I will not sign your diploma." He sent me down to the elementary, and there I was sitting with second graders.
Yeah.
Learning.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Well, I learned it.
So let me ask, what comes first, M or N?
I think it's M, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah. It's a great story, though, Walt, because it points out the fact that things have changed.
Yeah.
So, well, I don't know the answer. I really don't know the answer, other than the fact that I do think parents need to get more involved in their children's education. When I went to school, which was a long time ago, I saw my mother in that school as much as I saw the teachers, because she was active in the PTA. She was there all the time, talking to teachers, helping to improve things. And that's what it takes. It takes public involvement.
Well, I tried to go up there and give them advice about lifting weights. They didn't want to.
Well, but you know about that. That's your expertise.
Yeah, I know. They're it's a clique nowadays.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Have a good one.
Take care, Walt. Bye-bye now. All right. Lines are open for you. Give us a call here on the Art Lewis Show, where it is coming up on 1047.
Consider a move to Wellspring Senior Living Campus in Saginaw.
There's a huge amount of trust that's built in that process.
of deciding where you're going to move, when you're going to sell your house. It's important when you walk into a place that you look around. Do the residents look happy? Are the staff interacting with them? How were you treated when you walk through the door? This is the next step to your journey. I want to give the right recommendation. I want to lead these people in the right direction. They've trusted me.
Schedule a tour today at wellspringlutheran.com.
5X480. Dayton B100 V-Belt, one of the many parts Grainger carries. It's also the item that helped Rob carry the day. The job was on hold, deadline fast approaching, but a quick search on Grainger.com and Rob found his part. And with same-day pickup at his local branch, he and his crew got the job done, safely and on time. Get supplies and solutions for every industry with real-time product availability. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Attention. Per the current government mandate, U.S.-based insurers are now required to cover at-home COVID testing kits with no out-of-pocket fees to you. If you have a current insurance plan, you are eligible to receive up to 8 COVID-19 tests shipped to you each month absolutely free, as long as the government mandate is in effect. Just visit testkitforfree.com to register now from the comfort of your own home. That's testkitforfree.com to receive your tests shipped to you at no cost. Go to testkitforfree.com today. Paid for by T Euro Health.
RocketGrabPlus.com. This week's deal on RocketGrabPlus.com is for the Vino Wine Warehouse Summer Festival. It would normally cost you $30, but you are getting it for $15. The Vino Wine Warehouse features over 1,000 retail wine items, 16 draft craft beers, a full liquor section, and a unique modern menu featuring a lot of appetizers at low Bay City prices. Head to RocketGrabPlus.com right now to snag your deal. RocketGrabPlus.com.
The WSGW Morning Team Show.
Now, how cool is this? I'll use the word groovy.
Yeah, the Mystery Machine.
The Mystery Machine from Scooby-Doo. This is actually the Mystery Machine from, remember the Scooby-Doo movie?
No, I don't.
20 years ago, when they did a Scooby-Doo movie, this is the actual Mystery Machine from that movie.
I see.
And one of the stars of the movie, Matthew Lillard, who played Shaggy, is now part of a special Airbnb opportunity where you could actually purchase a one-night stay in the Mystery Machine. How cool would that be? So this Mystery Machine includes a Sugar Ray album, portable CD player, a lava lamp,
bongos,
and a vintage TV.
Yeah, bongos, Why was Fred the only one who could drive the Mystery Machine? Shaggy ever drive?
Well, did you trust Shaggy behind
Well,
the wheel?
probably not.
That one was probably too short.
She always lost her glasses.
Daphne, at times was an airhead. I'm sorry.
So it remains a mystery. The Morning Team, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW. News coverage.
It is the deadliest
around the clock.
migrant smuggling incident.
The border is closed.
The border is closed. That's just a flat out lie.
We do have a food crisis on our hands.
Gas prices are up.
Mr. Trump then used his free hand to lunge towards.
She's making up stories. Welcome Finland and Sweden. Joining NATO. We have to codify Roe v. Wade in the law.
News coverage.
Welcome Justice Jackson.
Talk
to the Supreme Court.
News coverage on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you on the Art Lewis Show. Back to our phones. Brady is in Frankenmuth. Brady, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. How are you on this beautiful Tuesday?
Doing well. Hope you are too.
I'm traveling the hamlets and beautiful villages of this great state of ours today. Farmers need the rain, obviously. Beautiful thing.
Yeah. So what's up?
Hey, have you heard of this new organization, this growing organization called Country First by Adam Kinzinger?
Only the name. Don't know anything about it.
Okay. Well, I am the chair of Michigan Country First chapter, and I don't know, we're just trying to promote candidates of good faith and Republican candidates that believe in dialogue and compromise and non-extremism. Kind of a cool organization.
Yeah, send me some info. Send it to Art Lewis at WSGW.com.
I'll do that, sir. I will do that.
All right. Sounds good.
You have yourself a great Tuesday and a great week, my man.
You too. Drive carefully.
You know it.
Take care. Bye-bye now. And here is Joe in Willard. Joe, good morning.
Good morning, Art.
Good morning.
Yeah, I just want to call and talk to you about the public schools.
Yeah.
My daughter homeschooled all her kids, and they went to college and are doing quite well without the public school.
And I would bet they know who we fought to break away for our independence, right?
Most certainly do. Yes. And another thing, my son's girls, they went to public school, but they never drank the Kool-Aid. You know, those girls are very strong-minded. They have their own opinions, and
good for them.
They don't listen to that garbage. And there's one other point here. There's a school system in Gratiot County that had a pedophile for a teacher. No, they knew that she was a pedophile, and she molested this little girl. And when they took her to court, they arrested her right at the school. They took her to court. The little town cop went to her house and got her computer, and all the information was on that computer of all the garbage that she was doing to this little girl. And when they went to court, the entire school teachers union plus the superintendent sat on the court side with her in support of her. Can you believe that?
Was she found guilty?
She was found guilty.
Well, then who cares what they did?
Well, here's what the judge told the teachers. You may think she's not guilty, but you're wrong. We have all the evidence we need to put her in jail.
Yeah. Well, that proves two things. One, that teachers union or group was misguided, and two,
very much so.
And two, the court system worked.
Well, actually, the problem with it was, had that been a man that did the same thing, he would have went away for a long time. She got a year in a county jail.
Well, it depends on how serious it was. I can't speak to that because I wasn't there. I don't know.
Yeah, I was grandpa.
Well, okay. But the judge makes a decision based on the evidence in front of him. Sometimes we agree and sometimes we don't.
Well, they was going to make this girl testify, so they made a deal.
Well, then it's the other side of it.
You know, why put the kid through it twice?
Yep. So there's an advantage there too. All right.
Yeah.
Good enough, Joe.
Later,
appreciate it.
Yeah,
thanks.
Yep.
And our last caller today is going to be Earl. Morning, Earl.
Good morning.
Good morning,
sir. How would you like a little insight into two educational systems?
Oh, can't wait to hear it.
Why? Oh, okay. You know where I grew up. I grew up in Northern Ontario. My mother was an American, but we had to learn, this is from the first grade on, we had to learn U.S. history and geography. We had to learn Canadian geography and history. We had to study Latin. We had to study French. Now, let's see, a few other things too. And that if you did not get certain grades, you didn't make it. Now, the system up there, you have 13 grades, not 12, because your first year of college is you do in high school. And most of the people I went to school with went to work in the summertime in the field that they were going to be in. But now, down here, that's a terrible thing to say. I've watched my kids and grandkids and everyone else go to school in the system here, and they don't emphasize American history. They don't emphasize anything but that thing that's on in your hand every minute of the day. The worst thing they ever did is allow those cell phones and everything out of the parking lot. Put them back in the parking lot. When you go home, you get to take them home.
I agree 100%.
There is no country on this planet, now I was north of the border, that I would support more than this country, and I get a little upset when people open their mouth to me when they don't know what the hell they are talking about. You know, all the years I put on the fire department, 2 national television show appearances, and I think it's been pretty darn good for me and my family, and I love this country. And all this crap that's going on since Trump got elected is laid at his feet. I don't care. It's stirred nothing but hate in this country.
I would say it was brewing before Trump. I don't think he did anything to alleviate it. Let's put it that way. But
I don't either.
Yeah, but it was going on long before that. Negativity and divisiveness has been around for quite a while. All right. Hey, Errol, I got to go real quick. Go ahead.
Oh, no, that's okay. I was just going to talk about that shooter last night. But
all right. We'll talk about that another time. Take care, my friend.
Sounds good.
Have a good day. Bye-bye now. We'll be back.
As golfers, we want more distance, more accuracy, more birdies, pars, and one putts. What if I told you that you can get all of that and more for less during your next golf getaway? Now with 90 holes of golf at one resort, Shanty Creek Resort is bigger and better. Discover a new golf mecca in Bel Air with all the more you need. Variety, quality, and quantity with customizable stay and play packages accommodating every group and budget. When you're ready for more, we'll be here to welcome you at Shanty Creek Resort in Bel Air and online at shantycreek.com.
I'm getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm asking about Prevnar 20 because there's a chance pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. Age 65 or older, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20, pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate vaccine, a Pfizer vaccine that can help protect against pneumococcal pneumonia in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you've had a severe allergic reaction to the vaccine or its ingredients. Adults with weakened immune systems may have a lower response to the vaccine. The most commonly reported side effect was pain at the injection site. For additional common side effects and full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138 or visit Prevnar20.com.
I want to be able to keep my plans.
So I'm asking my doctor about getting vaccinated with Prevnar 20.
All season long, it's Detroit Tigers baseball on WSGW.
Fly ball center field deep. Looking up. It's gone! Riley Green's first career home run is a walk-off bomb to center field.
Tigers baseball brought to you in part by Stevens Cycle, Woolfiles Ace Hardware in Saginaw. Your home for the Tigers is WSGW. Sean Hannity, weekdays at 3 on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
That'll do it for this hour of the Art Lewis Show and for the show itself, actually. We move on to Focus next hour, and we're going to focus on Rocket Grab Plus today, tell you what's in the store and how you can save a lot of money. News is next, CBS and the local news with Michael Percha, then we'll be back.
From the Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Studios, WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance.
I'm Peter King in Orlando. A person of interest is in custody, and police say they've found a rifle believed to have been used to kill 6 people and wound 25 others at the Highland Park, Illinois, July 4th parade. Mayor Nancy Rotering.
My heart breaks for everybody in this town. I'm not sure what happened to him to compel him to commit this kind of evil in his hometown. But we have a city that is in deep mourning today, and we are going to take a long time to heal from all of this.
In Philadelphia, police are trying to figure out who shot and wounded 2 officers working security at a July 4th event. Commissioner Danielle Outlaw.
The good news is that both officers have since been treated and released.
Outlaw says the shots could have been intentional or somebody firing a gun into the air to celebrate the 4th. In Akron, Ohio, body cam video shows police officers shooting a black man dozens of times. Police say Jalen Walker fired at them first from a car and appeared to be reaching for a weapon as he ran from them. He was unarmed, but police say they did find a gun in his car. Former NYPD Sergeant Keith Taylor says it appears that officers did what they were trained to do, but
policies can be developed that will lessen the number of officers simultaneously utilizing lethal force. I think that would be better for all involved.
The White House confirms it's received a handwritten note from WNBA star Brittany Griner asking for help in getting out of a Russian prison. Griner is being tried on drug charges, and she writes that she's afraid she'll never get out of Russia. Her wife, Sherelle, on CBS Mornings.
BG is probably the strongest person that I know, so she doesn't say words like that lightly. That means she truly is terrified that she may never see us again. And, I share those same sentiments.
Gas prices aren't necessarily where you want them, but they have been falling. Gas Buddy analyst Patrick DeHaan says he expects the trend to continue.
Demand has been increasing seasonally, but I will say that we are not seeing record gasoline demand this summer, and that's likely due to the fact that prices are still near record highs.
Some states are now averaging less than $4 per gallon. Well, this is what my front yard is going to sound like in a couple of hours. And what you're actually hearing is lawnmower racing at the World Championships in Southeast England. Group 2 winner Graham Tippenham.
It doesn't drive like anything that you've ever driven before, so you've got to learn it from scratch. All the engines are the same, the equipment is pretty much all the same, so everyone's on a level.
I'll be pushing mine in a couple of hours. On Wall Street, the Dow is down more than 680 points. The NASDAQ is down 82. This is CBS News.
Liberty Mutual customizes your car and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Visit libertymutual.com to learn more.
At Wildfire Credit Union, loan rates are low and cash is back. Borrow for the things you want. Consolidate high-interest credit cards, or refinance a loan and watch your monthly payments go down. We have members who save thousands of dollars. You can save too and get cash back.
It's coming back, round again. Cash is back. Tell a friend.
It's easy to open a new loan or move an existing one to Wildfire. Just call, click, or come by any Wildfire branch in Saginaw, Midland, or Bay City and ask for cash back now through the end of August. We've got great rates and personalized solutions for your borrowing needs. Enjoy the things you want. Save money with lower monthly payments. Plus, get cash back.
It's coming back, round again. Cash is back. Tell a friend. It's coming back.
Wildfire Credit Union. Distinctively better.
Cash is back. Tell a friend.
New loans only, subject to credit approval, equal housing lender.
I wanted to know why some people who get COVID-19 get it so bad. I found out it may be because they have a high risk factor, such as heart disease, diabetes, being overweight, smoking, and asthma. Even if symptoms feel mild, these factors can increase your risk of COVID-19 turning severe. So if you're at high risk and test positive, there are things you can do, like asking your healthcare provider if an authorized oral treatment is right for you. Learn about an option at treatcovid19.com. This message is sponsored by Pfizer.
This is what camping sounds like when you have sleep apnea and struggle with CPAP. And this is what camping sounds like when you have Inspire and don't need a CPAP. If you have sleep apnea and struggle with CPAP, Inspire could work for you. Inspire works inside the body and keeps you breathing normally and sleeping peacefully. No mask, no hose, just sleep. To learn more, visit inspiresleep.com.
Inspire is not for everyone. Talk to your doctor to see if it's right for you and review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
Cloudy skies and 74 degrees at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Mike Burchett. State police are investigating a Monday morning motorcycle crash in Bay County. Police say the rider was headed south on I-75 near Linwood around 10:30, traveling at more than 100 miles an hour. The motorcyclist was passing vehicles on the shoulder of the road, according to witnesses. Police attempted to pull the rider over, but were unable to catch up. The rider crashed after failing to navigate the off-road ramp at Linwood Road due to their speed. They were airlifted to a local hospital and are listed in critical condition. Flint area families with children are looking for new